Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League, and we're back with Let's Talk Tactics. We went for the summer. It went really well last year, or last season, shall I say. But we're back. It's a new look one. Obviously, there's no Jeannie or Tom, but we have got Max. Max, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Only one thing, a sad thing that's happened today, which is one of my 7 fish dying, but that's it's fine. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm excited to see how every team does in the cup tonight as well. But I'm excited to talk about this because it was really good on Saturday/Sunday and yesterday.
Yeah, there was a lot of interesting talking points that we're going to be picking up in today's show. Plenty to talk about in terms of what United did, how did they do against Southampton, and why it went so wrong for them. And we're going to look at Arsenal, and I'm going to have to put a disclaimer out there before we even get into the Arsenal stuff. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that. Ravi says, massive shout out to Niall. How good can Liverpool be and do this season if we keep players fit, injury free? You'd have to be considered title favourites, wouldn't you? Got a manager like Jurgen Klopp. If you keep your team injury free, then you've got to be up there. You really do. Darren says, man like Niall, should be interesting if Bogle is up front for us this evening. Yeah, should be funny if he puts an own goal in there because he's angry at the manager. But we are doing tactics, and we're going to start off with the game that happened on Sunday. We're going to start off with Southampton versus Manchester United. As you can see, their goals from Fred for Southampton just epitomises everything that Fred is about. And then Mason Greenwood, obviously getting the equaliser for Manchester United. Not enough, though, to deliver them the win, though. And we're going to be delving into this, absolutely. How about head on to Radio Sheffield again in a few minutes? Nice, Aaron, nice. Now, how effective is Reece James in the position he plays? We'll get into Reece James because I'm about to go flying at a certain left side of Arsenal, which is apparently our best side, might I add.
We have a problem. Val's speaking Spanish again.
Yeah, Val's speaking Spanish and I don't speak Spanish, I'm afraid.
I do a little bit, but that's about it.
But let's start with how they lined up, shall we? So Southampton lined up with a 4-4-2. As English as you can get. You have McCarthy in goal. Livramento, Stevens, Salusu, Perud with Gineppo, Ward-Prowse, Romeo, Walcott, Armstrong and Shea Adams. Manchester United lined up with none of their new signings. So no Varane, no Sancho, both on the bench. They went with David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Fred, Matic, Greenwood on the right, Pogba on the left, Bruno in the middle with Martial up front. There's a lot of issues with this. So before we get into all of that, the key part for me, Livramento had an incredible game. He was causing so much crap for Pogba and Shaw down that right-hand side. It was painful to watch, really. And then Maguire was having a shocking game as well. So United's left side was an absolute joke. I'd arguably, yes, okay, Pogba offensively, really, really good. Defensively, that's not Pogba's duty. We all know Pogba defensively is shaky at best. that left side for United was weak. Matic kept giving the ball away. Maguire was woeful. Maguire epitomised I'm back to being a fridge. And Luke Shaw was a shell of his former self. It certainly wasn't last season's Shaw that we saw. It was a really pathetic performance from United's left-hand side. Onto the right-hand side, it was fairly decent. Wan-Bissaka was linking up very well with Greenwood. Lindelof wasn't having a shocking game. Wasn't his best game. Fred, well, we know what Fred's going to do. Fred is shit. We all know this. We all know Fred is crap. Yet they continue, and Ollie continues to persist with playing Fred. Fuck knows why. I'm guessing he likes torture. It's something. I can't imagine why you'd continue playing Fred. That's just my personal opinion on this. Ravi says, big up Max on the show. For Southampton, though, you had Ward-Prowse in the middle. Southampton won that midfield battle. And in the Premier League, if you win the midfield battle, there's a fair good chance you're gonna win the game. Obviously, Southampton, for me, dominated large parts of the game. Yes, United in the first half were very good in terms of getting the ball, but they couldn't break Southampton down. I mean, we saw last season, United in a low block resulted in United normally not winning the match. And what did Ralph Hasenhüttl do this week? He chucked four at the back and was like, drop deep, see if they can break us down. They did in the end, but in the first half, it was so ineffective. But that was the lineup. So obviously, you got the score in the top.
Yeah.
Is Martial considered a threat up front? I would consider a pet goldfish more of a threat than Martial up front. Martial is not a footballer. He's so fucking shit. It's unreal. His movement, I've got better movement, and I weigh 10 stone heavier than him probably. It's a fucking joke. He's an absolute unmitigated joke. And people defend him, and that's what baffles me. You defend a lazy piece of garbage. That's what you're doing. You're defending someone who's going to your club and not putting in effort. Why are you defending that? How is that defendable? Right? Yeah, okay, don't care about where your money goes. You could replace him, sell him, replace him with someone better. You got Greenwood, you got Cavani. Martial should see no game time up front. That's my opinion. Martial should see no game time up front. He's not good enough. Simply put, he's not good enough. Yeah, he was hailed the new Henry. That is a disgrace to even compare him to Henry. To even put him in the same sentence is absolutely abysmal. But let's get into it. So the first bit I want to look at is set pieces for United. Last season, we saw set pieces was fucking, whoa. Manchester United defending set pieces was harmful to the mental health of people who like watching football, because United just couldn't do it. They brought in a set piece coach, a specialist coach, and yes, of course, you're going to get, some people. You're going to get some people that are like, why can't the normal coaches do it? So this is where we moved to. We've moved to a more sort of a more specialist type of coaching. You see Jurgen with a throw-in coach and all of this. It's where football's going. Football, because it is so close and it's fine margins, you exploit these fine margins to the best of your ability. It's what top clubs do. Now, the set piece coaches obviously help defensively at United, but I also want to pick out offensively because they've done work offensively. United had a lot more chances from corners, from free kicks than they did last season. In this example, you've got Lindelof right in front of everyone, onside as well. Lindelof in front of everyone couldn't quite get what he needed onto it to get the ball in the net. But then you look behind him, you've got Greenwood and you've got Pogba. They're all lining up. And I think this is something that they have worked on. They've worked on the offensive part of their game. Then, obviously, it didn't go in, but you've seen Greenwood taking corners on the right-hand side for United now with his left foot, not letting Shaw do that. I thought that was quite interesting. Maybe that is something... maybe that's something that the set piece coach has seen Greenwood's delivering on that's better than Shaw. I'm not sure, but they have definitely worked on that, and they've created more opportunities. Hugo Reed says this is a bridal thing blog, by the way. Brazil, nice.
He's my friend, by the way. Nice. I told him to come here just to see how.
No, do you think Southampton will surprise a lot of teams? I think they will nick points picking up draws. They might do. I thought Liverpool had a great game. Hugo says Max Pro Clubs.
I will. I will.
But Max, in terms of set pieces for United, it's been an improvement, hasn't it? I mean, I know it's only one game, so we shouldn't really look too much into it, but they certainly were more of a threat going forward from a set piece than they were last season.
Yeah, the set pieces for United were not that good. Maguire obviously came up for those, and none of them just got a head on it or even a foot on it. They were attacking it properly, even when they were defending them. They were shite, but attacking them, like, you've got like two of the, well, I don't even want to say two of the best defenders. Jeez, that's going a step too far. But you've got like one of the tallest defenders and one of the biggest headed defenders in the league, and you're not using him to his potential. He is there to clear the ball with his head and also score with his head. So it's a little bit. They have improved from last season. They just need to keep getting their heads or foot onto the ball and actually trying to poke it in the net instead of fanning around with it and then discussing why. How have we done this? How have we lost it? How have we not scored that? Because you don't learn. You don't learn from the season before. You don't learn from the game before.
I'd say from set pieces they've definitely got better. They've definitely learned from that season. I think that you can definitely see the improvement as sort of the bit I want to point out is let me just get my pen. This is for me really important. Seeing Lindelof there, then you've got Maguire and Pogba, right? So you've got all of these that are lined up now, waiting for it. And then Bruno has dumped the ball in this sort of area. That is where Bruno has chucked in the ball, right? So Bruno has put the ball into there, and he's deliberately hit it where the United players are lined up waiting, right? And they caught Southampton off guard. Lindelof could have possibly tried getting it a bit more, but no, I do think he's chucked it into that space there. I think that is something that they've learned. They're getting better at this. Obviously, it was a one-man wall from Southampton as well, so you have got to bear these sorts of things into mind as well. So I think United have improved on it. How much they've improved, time will tell. But no, I'm really, really impressed with their set pieces so far. Hugo says, "Can I come on?" This one is a closed panel, but we do have ones where the panel can come on as well. You know, people can just come onto the panel. Ollie set that team up to fail. He could have nicked a 2-1. Yeah, that midfield was a diabolical. Sport Manu and Peterborough. Get on, mate. Get on. But moving on. This one now. I think the key bit to point out is this bit here. So Bruno loses the ball too cheaply. We've now been told, right, that VAR and referees are going to be much more lenient. That is not a foul. Right? There is no way on this planet, as a former referee, that is a foul. He clearly gets the ball. Bruno was far too lackadaisy far too soft with the ball. He was far too slow. He needed to get out quicker. What he needed to do is do a quick 1-2 with Matic. He needed to get a 1-2, Matic to then feed him going that way. That's what, in my opinion, he needed to do. I think play a 1-2 with Matic, turn the defender, and run, because that way it's gonna be easier for you. So maybe go down there. So run down that way, right? Pick out Matic, right? Because he is the only one offering you an option. Pick out Matic, sprint, get down that line. Get down the line, get the ball away from your area. That is what I would want to see as a manager. If I was Ollie, I'd want to see a quick 1-2 with Matic. Down the line we go, and we've avoided trouble. Especially because of the lack of options. Like Pogba, can't use him, you can't get to him. Sure, can't use him because he's being blocked off here, right? Southampton boxed Bruno in, right? So what Southampton did is they boxed Bruno in and gave him one option. Now, yes, of course, you have got Livramento here, which is going to be a slight problem, which is why you're going to need to go down the touchline, and pick out Matic. Then you need to be busting your gut to get down there, because that way you've got away from the trouble. You've got away from being boxed in, because you can't get to Shaw, you can't get to Pogba. You're certainly not going to be picking out Maguire or fucking Fred from there. So what you want to do is you want to use that bit of pace you've got, run back to your goal, pick out Matic, and then turn, right? These are the sort of things you'd want to see from your midfielders. It's the sort of thing you'd want to see from a world-class player like Bruno Fernandes. I thought Bruno was really poor. Max, looking at that, what are you sensing from this? Obviously, Bruno loses the ball, but in my opinion, he was too slow on it. As I said, he needs to be quicker. He needs to see, right, Matic is out, I play a 1-2, off I go. Very simple, keeping it quick. Don't diddy-daddle on the ball. What's your viewpoint on this?
That's what my managers tell me every game. Like, don't fanny around with it in the box or anywhere on the pitch, because it's easy for them to win it back. That's what Bruno has done here. I saw it on the afternoon of the game, and the way Bruno ran back with it, he should have played a 1-2 with Matic. And yes, he got boxed in, but there was that option. Obviously, I can't see who that is. Can't tell.
Which one?
One next to the United. No, the Southampton player in the far left.
Far left. That one is Gineppo, I think. But that might be Shea Adams. It's whoever's blocking Luke Shaw. There's obviously someone blocking Luke
Adams
Shaw.
Is there, yeah,
I do hear that.
It's Gineppo. No, it's United. I mean, United.
Oh, it's Walcott. 32.
The
Walcott.
way Bruno did this, he ran back, didn't play the 1-2, got tackled fairly. Then Southampton did what he didn't do and what he should have done, and they passed it round and they scored. Unluckily, luckily for Southampton, it came off Fred, but he just needs to find a free player. Obviously, he got Pogba and Matic there, but if he did play it to Matic, he's gone. Southampton are finished in that situation, and Fernandes has gone, and United have got a 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
But
and that's the thing. He's been blocked. They've blocked him in, haven't they? You've got Romeo there. You've got Stevens who's tackled him. You've then got Livramento blocking him there. Then you've got James Ward-Prowse looking at Pogba and Matic. So if they diddy-daddle with the ball, they can get him as well. You've got Walcott blocking Shaw. They clearly worked on this, where they have blocked in Bruno. And that's the danger. So he needed to, in my opinion, be a lot smarter than he was. And he simply just wasn't. Niall Max, do United lack a pace in midfield? It's not pace, it's just everything. They lack everything in midfield.
It's not the pace, it's the decisions that they make. It's the decisions they make in the midfield. The midfield is probably the most important part of that pitch, because you track back, but you can also attack. And Man United didn't defend properly there. Bruno Fernandes, yes, he's probably going to be a world-class player if he gets better at what he does. I mean, he's already good, but you know what I mean. It's
a fair comment. He's got to be smarter. Who starts Fred and Matic? Why Ollie? Not a clue. I have no idea why you'd start Fred or Matic. Sam, I totally agree. It's not Ollie. Did not have options. Yeah, Ollie had options. He had Donny on the bench, for goodness sake. But obviously, leading up to that, what do United go and do? Yeah, they obviously go and concede a goal. So, what's the issue here? Well, the issue here is this man here. Right? There's only one issue with Manchester United, and it's fucking Fred. Right? Always fucking Fred. Right? This man is an absolute twat. He has no idea what he's doing. He's lazy. No, maybe not lazy. He's just very unintelligent. What do you do when you've got Shea Adams on the edge of the area with the ball? I know what you do. You stick out one of your freaking legs, don't you? You stick out a leg, let the ball hit the thing. This man here might as well not have had him. Pointless, because he's been beaten by the near post because Fred's bloody stuck out a leg. Instead of tackling him, he's dangled a leg like a floppy leg. He's like, "I'll just chuck a leg there." And then what do United go and do? Concede from it. Standard United, standard Fred. I still don't understand how Fred is a midfielder. It pisses me off. Okay, I like football. Fred pisses me off. Big up to DJ Sav. He had a good weekend, and we'll talk more about him in a second. But look, we don't need to analyse Fred's goal. We all know where the issue went. He decided to chuck a leg out, and it just deflected. There's not really much more to add to that. I want to look at this though. This is a chance United had. I'm not sure if this led to the goal or not, but Bruno has just done a great squared pass. Right, he's squared it into a box. Now, with the way that Greenwood and Martial on that side, they're not getting to the ball, right? It's too much for them to get a one-off shot. The man I would be expecting it to get a first-time hit on it is this man here, Pogba, right? Yeah. Pogba is perfectly positioned. And no one near him. Southampton have allowed Pogba room. They've allowed him space. Dangerous when you do that. He could have hit that first time. Probably you're looking at tucking it. If the ball's coming at speed, so you want to sort of hit it that way, don't you? Sort of, it's a good shot. Put it between Livramento and Stevens, and then get that ball into the bottom corner or top corner, however Pogba wants to do it. You would have denied a save from McCarthy, but a really good bit of build up. Obviously, for me, Martial here, useless. Nowhere near the ball. Greenwood wouldn't really get to the ball. He would have had a good chance, but then trying to get that turn, and it wouldn't have worked. Pogba, though, would have had a really good option to get that into the net. Max, what's your viewpoint on this? I mean, obviously, as I say, Greenwood, Martial, not quite as effective as they could be in this situation, being that they're just the wrong side of the ball. I mean, they need to be this side of the line if they want to, unless you're going to do like a quick turn, like a Cruyff turn, and then bomb it into the net. You've really not got a chance. So really leaving it for Pogba, first time hit in between two centre backs. What's your viewpoint on this?
Well, yeah, as you said, Pogba would be the ideal man to get the ball. He has got a good strike on him when he has to have. And to be honest, he's pretty much unmarked. I wouldn't say he's fully unmarked, but he has pretty much got a decent amount of space just to look at the ball, watch the ball right onto his foot, and then
you say he's not marked. You say he's not marked. I would like to politely disagree with that. Have you seen how much open space Paul Pogba's got to himself?
Fair enough.
Who's close to Pogba? I mean, Romeo ain't. Livramento ain't. They're occupied by these. So who's marking Pogba?
You have a fair point now.
I do have a fair point.
Anyway, my stupidity has come into play for the first time. That was definitely intended.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like there's a lot of space for Paul Pogba. I mean, you could even stretch it as far as this. You could basically just say there's all Pogba's pitch. He's just completely unmarked. Like, there you go. Just add a bit more. He's got so much space. When you allow Paul Pogba that much space on his own and the ball coming to him, that's just dumb at best. Really dumb in my opinion. That's how I view it. If there is an over-dependence on Bruno this season, we are doomed. Someone else have to step up if he fails to deliver. Well, Greenwood did. In all fairness to him, Greenwood did. Thankfully, the Frenchman has been classy this season, but can he sustain his form? That is a good question. One that I can't answer, but it's a good question. So true. I had an excellent weekend. I can only imagine why, DJ. Why would you have had such an amazing weekend being a Chelsea fan? I haven't quite got my thumb on it yet. I'm sure we'll get there soon. You're right now, Martial does not work hard enough to up front. Expects players to play him in. He needs to put himself about more. Yeah, I said that yesterday. He is a bit. He's just too lazy. Pogba got to shoot. He did, but didn't quite get in the back end. Good shot though. But what I'm saying is that's sort of how you predict it again. Don't forget these were a couple of days ago, and I've slept since then. Now this is a build up to the goal. Do you FPL on this channel? Yes, we do FPL on this channel, bro. Actually, we need to look at that tomorrow or at some point. Big up, fellas. How's the day going? It's all good, mate. It's all good. So this one, I want to pick out two people, right? One, Martial. One, Mason Greenwood, right? Well, I'm sure you can imagine what I'm about to bring up. So, yeah. Martial, is flat-footed like fuck. He's like, I'm going to stand here. It's great. Someone will get me the ball. Woohoo! Twat. This man has decided I'm going to run. I'm going to make movement. I'm going to operate this space here. That's where I want to be. Right? That is where I want to be. Right? Because he's thinking, if that ball comes out to me, I can hit it on my left into the goal. Right? He's thinking, if I can also get away from this player, who's now occupied by Martial, he's just stood there. Greenwood has got no one really near him. You got obviously Gineppo here, Mero, Stevens, and Ward-Prowse. They're all just there. I'll be stopped black. Presuming kind of passes into Greenwood doesn't quite work out for them, of course. Interesting that no one wants to pick out Martial. I can only imagine why.
Yeah.
Then obviously Greenwood just wants to operate this space. He shoots. Yeah, he gets lucky. He gets a bit lucky. He hits it under it sort of hits it between the legs, and it goes through some legs before it hits McCarthy and goes through his legs. He's sloppy from Southampton. Good goal for it, though. 8 goals in 10 games. Yeah. Dylan says, now look at the two Snapchat. Snapchat? You might mean screenshots.
I mean, he said
expected to take on 4 people. Yeah. No, I hear you. No, I don't expect in that position. I'm not going to slag off Martial. Right? Very simple. I don't hate Martial, believe it or not. Right? I'm not going to slag him off just because I can. It's not how I operate. But in my opinion, in this situation, he's just doing nothing. He's just stood there. He's flat-footed, not really expecting to get the ball, not move, not any sort of movement, not trying to shrug off a defender, not trying to. Instead of what Greenwood's doing, which is finding space where he can be influential. Martial for me isn't doing any of that. He's just stood there on the 6-yard box, hoping that ball there manages to get to him. It's all he's hoping for. He's expecting this ball here, right, to work its way over there. That's all he's not saying I'm gonna move. He's not saying I'm gonna drop into here or I'm gonna move. I'm gonna come further in. He's not doing any of that. Right? He's just stood there, doing nothing. Whereas Greenwood there, very smart of this young man, gets it into there. Right, gets it into there. He moves. He actually has some fucking movement, and it really helps your forwards. It helps your whole team if your forward line is moving, because it means that the defense don't know what to do. Right? You're confusing defenders. Movement is a bugger to defend against because you're confusing defenders. If Greenwood is up front and he makes his way over here, right? Well, a centre back sort of go with it, right? Because centre backs are, I can't just let Greenwood go up onto the wing because he'll cut in on and shoot. But then you're leaving holes in and around here, which is where Bruno, when he's here, can pick up. Movement is crucial. Right? It's crucial. Any top coach will tell you movement is, in fact, not any top coach, every coach in the world will tell you movement is the most important part of the game. Going forward, it's the most attacking, it's the most best tactic in the world is movement. Not all players have great movement. Martial certainly does not. That's why he's not a striker, in my opinion. But no, that's my opinion on that. I'll get Max's in just a second. And Tasha says, can you send me a link, please? This one is a closed show. But yeah, that's what I mean. Martial was poor. and has been for a while. However, other players need to move for him as so he should. So collectively, as a team, movement needs to be better. Greenwood seems to be the only one with this movement, and Eddie Cavani. Mate, trust me, Mason Greenwood and Eddie Cavani have been doing a shit ton of work together. You can see it straight away. You can see Eddie's movement on Greenwood every day of the week. Eddie and Mason, what Edison is doing is he is transferring a lot of the inner thoughts here, the bits that maybe Greenwood doesn't know, the movement especially. His movement is way better than it used to be. Way better. Now, that will be a bit of Ollie. That will be a bit of Eddie, right? It certainly won't be Martial teaching him. It's really causing a lot of dangers for other opposition. 8 goals, 10 games. I'm shocked. I knew he was this good. But Max, thoughts on this one? Obviously, it is the goal. If I show you the next slide, you see what I'm on about. Greenwood has operated the space that I said he wanted to go into. He's had a shot of his left. He's put it through whoever that is. I'm not sure which defender that is. Peru maybe. He's put it through the legs and into there. He's put it there. Very dangerous for other teams to deal with. A manager can deal with that. That's all. Max is actually not there. He's off to get a drink. But yeah, basically, as you can see, Greenwood has operated the space that I said he wanted to operate. He's then been able to get his shot off. And United have got a goal from it. And it's no surprise, a bit of movement, a bit of clever thinking from Greenwood. And that's why it works out. Poor finish considering it's Mason, but it's still good that he still goes in that he's that good. Yeah, it wasn't his greatest finish, but the fact that he's put it through 2 people's legs and put it into the bottom, into the goal is quite remarkable. He's had a really good. I think he's had a really good start to the season. Who's Arsenal's leading goal scorer for this season so far? Go check out the WSL and see which Arsenal lady has scored for them because they're top. This one, I actually want to praise Wan-Bissaka a little bit. Far too often people have said that, he's lazy, don't we? Well, not that he's lazy, he just doesn't offer anything going forward. All bullshit. Because here is Wan-Bissaka and here is that's not Bruno. Oh, Sancho. So you've got Sancho and Martial. Sancho's played a lovely ball here, which is where Wan-Bissaka is going to run to. You can see that works really well. Then you've obviously got Bruno, you've got Pogba, you've got Mason all in that box waiting for a cross. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka is going to take it around here, probably look to get it in there, right? Assume that's what. Let's see where it goes. I'm sure. Oh, actually, no. That's basically what he did. Sorry, I thought there was a better slide than that after. Basically, Wan-Bissaka takes the ball all the way down here, right? Gets a cross in, nothing really comes of it. But it was just showing that link-up play already between Sancho and Wan-Bissaka that I thought was really good. Dylan says Sancho must start against Wolves. Him and Varane, because I'm about to point out this. Luke Shaw and Maguire had really poor games. They were shocking, abysmal. So, Shaw passes this ball to Maguire, right? Maguire instantly should be looking to get it to Lindelof, right? Instantly look to get it to Lindelof, who then can look to get in the pass over there, right? That is how you'd get yourself out of this trouble, right? So you've been again boxed in because you got Shea Adams, you got Livramento, you got Ward-Prowse, and then you got Jack Stevens round here, right? So you got they've boxed you in again. So don't know why that is doing that. Strange. So basically, obviously, being boxed in, not great. So what do you do when you're boxed in? Well, you do a quick pass to Maguire, who does a quick pass to Lindelof, who then does a quick pass over to Sancho or Wan-Bissaka, whoever that is over there, right? Very simple, right? One-touch passing, right? You see Pep's side do it a lot. You see a Klopp side do it. One pass, right? One touch, pass. There you go. And then you can look starting off an attack, maybe do a run down here, move it into the middle. You got Matic in no man's land. Matic he's offering an option, but Harry's back's turned to him, so he can't see this option there. Right? So Harry knows Lindelof's going to be there covering. So simple. Shaw does a quick pass to Maguire, who does a quick pass to Lindelof. Now, Lindelof will have more options here. He could pass it back to De Gea if he wants to, or he could look to turn it and pass it over here, right? That way, you've got out of your unboxing, right? Because then you can look to start the attack. You obviously got Greenwood around there, you got Bruno down there, Sancho down there. So you got options past here, right? You got options to look for an attack, right? That way, you've got yourself out of trouble. What do they do? Well, no. Maguire doesn't take a one touch. He takes a touch on it. Straight away, he's like, fuck me, fish, dinner, sorted. Right? Who then tackles Maguire, who's so slow on the ball in this game. He's so fucking slow. Right? So fucking slow. Right? It's very simple. Right? One touch. One out. Easy. Fucking simple shit. They don't do it, of course. What happens? He tackles Maguire, who then he passes to Shea Adams, who finds Armstrong. De Gea making a great save. For me, really, really woeful, in my opinion. Akil says Wan-Bissaka has to adopt his game if he was to play with Sancho on the right. Sancho plays 1-2s, and the right back has to be on the same wavelength. He'll learn that as the season goes on. I have no doubt about that. Dylan says, yeah, I thought Shaw and Maguire were poor, especially Maguire. I thought they were both poor. I love Maguire, but the Maguire fanboys on Twitter are trying to blame Lindelof for not turning his box in. So biased towards Maguire. It's quite simple. You, as a top defender, you know you're boxed in. Right? Surely you can't be that stupid to think Southampton aren't boxing you in. Surely, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you. There's 6 of them trying to box you in. You can clearly see the fucking box there, right? Any top team should be expecting this. It's not fucking new. It's basics. These are basics. Didn't do it. Fucking one touch. Be brave. Don't be a twat. Right? It's very simple. Very simple. Frustrating as well. I think the relentless pressing by Southampton created so many problems for Maguire, Lindelof, Fred, Matic. Needs someone who is press resistant. Donny would have been perfect for that game. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Donny would have massively impacted this game, as would have, you got it, Raphael fucking Varane. Devon says, I remember this play. Maguire was very poor. Absolutely. But we are going to move from United just because we've spent so long on United. And we have got Carabao Cup action soon. So on to Arsenal. Before I do this, I have to put a disclaimer. Some of these images you find, you may see may be disturbing to some of you, especially to people who understand football and the role of a left back. Right. So again, if you're not, if you're not ready to see these disturbing images, my advice would be turn the stream off now and come back in about 5-10 minutes, because this may get brutal. If you're an Arsenal fan, buckle up. So, this one. Arsenal with a 4-2-3-1. Leno in goal, Cedric Holding, Harry Tierney. Shocking. Xhaka Lokonga didn't actually look too bad. Pepe, Smith Rowe, Saka. Saka was a sack of shit. A real sack of shit. He was so poor on this game. Martinelli up top. I forgot Martinelli even played. He was that uninfluential. Chelsea on the other hand. Mendy in goal. Aspie, Christensen, Rudiger. James, Jorginho, Kovacic, Alonso. Mount, Havertz, fucking Lukaku. And this man here puts this man on sliced bread. Maui going to counselling after what happened. So this one. Oh my God. Right. This. How much space do you want to give Reece James? How much space do you want to give the right back, especially Reece James, who's good at his job? Criminal. No communication at all. You got Mari, who is, I can only assume, attempting to try and hold Lukaku back. I think I'll use the word attempt. It'd be nicer. Then obviously you've got Tierney, who is now having a look after Mount. Who's looking after Reece James? Who? I'll help you. Nobody. What needed to happen one of these three, mainly Saka. Saka did fuck all in this game. Fuck all. He was so shit. What has happened to Saka? It's not a Saka, I know. And also, if you ever compare him to Mason Greenwood again, fuck off, disrespectful cunts. Saka should be there, right? Saka instantly. Tierney is operated with Mason. That's fine. Saka needs to be back into position here. Saka needs to be holding this position here. Need to make it a 5. Reece James getting far too much freedom down there. He's got all of this space down here, right? Nonsensical why you'd give that much space to him. But Max, before we delve deeper into this, what was your viewpoint on this? I mean, for me, it really poor from Saka. He needs to be tracking back. He needs to be operating this space. He needs to be busting his gut to get back.
Yeah.
Are you there, Max?
Sorry, I've only just got back. But nah, Reece James has been given way too much space. I don't know whether this was leading up to the goal or not, but seriously,
it is.
This is why Arsenal. This is why Arsenal pretty much lose every fucking game. They give way too much space to either the wingers or the defense, like the wing backs or even the right backs and left backs that push forward. Reece James has probably got at least a full game of space there. I know that's an exaggeration, but that's how it feels right now. He's literally got. He's got at least. I don't even know how much. It's hard to describe because Arsenal just. They want.
He's got about. He's got about a quarter of the pitch of space just to chilling. He's just chilling.
See, this is why Arsenal lose every game. Just sorry, any Arsenal fans that are in this in the chat, but you need to work on the defense. Like Mikel Arteta, yes, you've got some attacking sense. Not really, but it's good enough. Well,
debatable,
you, but it's good enough for him apparently. But seriously, he works on the attack more than the defense, and this is why they lose. Arteta focuses on too much on the attack, and you
could argue he's focusing on neither. Really,
he focuses on his tea at home more than his fucking team. But
yeah, it's poor.
It's like how much space? How much fucking space? There's more space. There's less space to the hot dog stand than there is there. That's
the key bit in this. It's the amount of space you want to give Reece James. How much space are you realistically wanting to give Reece James before he causes you a problem? It only took him 15 minutes to do that. This happened many times. Right? Mount kept making runs, which meant Tierney had to go follow him. It's what Akil says here. He's actually done it perfectly. Mount kept making the runs. Tierney had to follow him, which gave James so much space on the right. Saka should have tracked back, covered the space. Saka was jogging all the time. He was being lazy, very lazy. A left back, I don't think Arsenal had a left back playing that pitch, let alone 11 players on the pitch. It just doesn't look like their formation. They were all over the place. Well, yeah, I just thought I'd be nice to him and actually give him a left back. Tactics were shocking. The coach did nothing to change the game. You could see after 5-10 minutes it wasn't working. Changes should have been made before that, shouldn't they? Arteta was asked why he didn't go back 5. His reply was he won the last season with a back 4. That was Lampard's Chelsea. Absolutely clueless. We did beat Tuchel's one, but he played with a back fucking 8 then. That is pathetic. If he said that, that's pathetic. If Arteta is still managing this club after the international breakup, he's shocked. Arsenal's whole setup of the team was poor. No one at the back were good enough to deal with the Chelsea on the attack. Well, yeah. And we'll see that in this one here. I mean, what we're about to see happen to Mari is someone call aid. Because Mari's going to need it after that. He's just been bodied by fucking Lukaku. James has got acres of space. By the time Tierney spotted it, he's in no man's land with Mount. Saka, thank you, Saka, for making your way up the pitch a lot. Yeah, that's helpful. Just watch, mate. Just watch. And you Smith Rowe. Not that you could do anything, but just watch. And you, Pepe, just keep watching. Everyone watch. Shaki's going to try and bust his gut, but it ain't going to work. What happens here is Lukaku bodies him. When Maui turns onto the floor, Lukaku busts his gut into there. Cross goes in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Guess what? Yep. There you go. Mauri's just falling to the floor now. He's trying to buy a foul. Ain't working. Lukaku's absolutely done him. Ball's coming in there. Where's Lukaku? Yep, you've got it. You've got it. Well, maybe ball don't go in. It does go in here. And then Lukaku, easiest goal he'll score. Easiest goal he'll score. Just chucks it past Leno into the back of the net. 1-0. Simple. It didn't take long. Just get get it down Chelsea's right-hand side easy. Job's good. Saka was so lazy. Where was Saka? Not even busted his gut. He's not even busting a gut to try and get back. He's doing nothing. Nothing. Brilliant. Max, any thoughts on that before we move on to the next slide?
One word. Utterly disgraceful. You're supposed to be one of the best clubs in England, and you're doing that. Like, I know you're not one of the top 6, you're more one of the top 10 now. Or maybe just top 8, it's fine. Yeah, whatever. You're one of the top 10 clubs in England, and your defence and midfield are shambolic. Well, all of the pitch for you is shambolic.
People aren't shouting. People aren't saying Vardy's on fire. Your defense is terrified. They're like, Arteta's in charge. Your defense is terrified. As in, when you mean your defense, Arsenal's defense is terrified. Clueless.
Yes. Arsenal have just. Obviously, Arsenal had a good time with Arsene Wenger. Like, that was probably well, yeah, he turned shit, but he could easily. He could have beaten Villarreal, and he wasn't even in the King Europa League final. Like, they need to sort themselves out because they gave Reece James too much space. Saka and Smith Rowe, maybe a couple of others, didn't track back. Pepe has just been a useless lump since he was bought, and then no defense is looking the main man. And I think everyone.
Oh no! That's a lie. That's a lie. Pablo Mauri is clearly trying to hold Lukaku, and it's not worked because Mauri is now on his backside.
Oh yeah, Mauri. But...
So they have tried. They have tried stopping Lukaku. The man who's on it is now sat on the floor.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, it is what it is for Arsenal. Like
Lukaku put a defender on.
They tried.
They definitely did try. Chelsea did well not to lose their shape and held on to the ball well. They did well. Chelsea looked like a serious unit, I would say. Title contenders. At times, Arsenal were trying to defend like a low block team. Aubameyang coming on did absolutely nothing. He had one chance, I think. I told you all 3 weeks ago, Arsenal will get relegated this season. Devon says, Lanzi, you could be right. Why did they sign so many squad players and Ben White for 50 mil? They clearly need a half dozen first-team players. They need a lot. And I just don't think they've got that. They've spent their money on all the wrong places. The next slide, again. Oh, this is actually painful. Again, how much bloody space are we? What is going on here? I mean, you've got. I don't even know how to describe this in words. I mean, I'm thinking that Saka or Lokonga. I mean, what on earth is this? What in God's green earth is this? Is that zone? It is your sense. What you've got two, but I mean, you've got what? Speechless, absolutely speechless. You've got two going for Havertz here, and he gets past both of them, mind you. Holding is, fuck knows what he's doing. I mean, Maui is nowhere near close enough to this. That is Lukonga. That's either Lukonga or Saka. Can't really tell. It could be Saka. It could be Lukonga. That might be Lukonga actually. Cedric Lukonga.
That's Saka up top. That's Saka in the centre circle.
Oh well, Saka should be up here. Again, not tracking back, just chilling. Works for best. There's Arteta. Yep. You tell him. Go on, boys, get it. Yep, they don't. What formation is this in the screenshot? Back three with just two here, one in midfield, Smith Rowe watching, Saka just chilling in the centre circle. Standard formation, really. I mean, you can't even make it out. I mean, yeah, the structure's completely gone in this part. Should Roll Bolden be sold? As he just does not cut in the Prem? Yeah. Why he should have been sold ages ago. Start a Ronaldo snake train. What has Ronaldo done? What? Has Ronaldo done something? Matt, tell me. Let me look.
Not gone to United. Is that possible? Not gone to United. I doubt he will return to United. He's most likely going to PSG, apparently.
I've no idea. Ben White is poor at heading the ball out. Needs to work on it. If he's offered himself to City, or if he does that, he's fucked. United fans going to hate him. That's Tevez. That is Tevez style. That's bad. We'll talk about that tonight. I'm sure.
He's also said about PSG as well. So like, we'll have to talk about that later.
You've got that. You've just got that. I mean, okay, cool. Narrow defense. Just yeah. We'll just do that for Reece James, shall we? We'll just chill. Let Reece James have all that space. Yeah, he's not going to cause you any trouble at all.
That's more space than he did have before. Like
nothing. Yeah.
I don't know whether I think that might be Mount, but the way he starts coming towards him, he can open his body up and then just spot Reece James, and then Arsenal are fucked. And I think that's what happened.
That's what he did. But I was just about to say that's exactly what happened. He opens his body out, passes into Reece James, who gets it into around there. Tierney not really able to do anything. Mauri's just jumping jack, holding his running back, but he ain't doing nothing to stop Reece James unless he's getting into there quicker than Reece James, which you're just not. And then that ends 1-0. Really simple. There's nothing. I'm not even going to talk about anything else from Arsenal. They don't deserve it. I just think all that space down the right-hand side. Once Chelsea get 2-0 up, it's just easy day for them. They could take that. Chelsea didn't even get out of second gear. Really poor from Arsenal. Really good from Chelsea. Jobs are good. On to Anfield, though. And Liverpool, really good performance.
Yeah.
Really,
really good. Yeah, I was going to say, I would have come on the weekly review show, but I decided not to. But, I was going to talk about this. I put it in the chat as well, actually, I think. It could have been a 2-2. It really could have been. It's just Burnley. Yeah. It's just Burnley were offside too many times. They did a Timo Werner, so their fault. But they tried, and they did get back into the game. But it was just unfortunate that the players.
I will be listening to our goal. Don't you worry about that. This stream will be done by our goals kickoff time. Oh, it's 7 p.m. kickoff.
It's not going to be that bad.
It's a 7 p.m. kickoff. 7 p.m. kickoff. I'll listen to the second half. Burnley were unlucky not to get that goal at the start of the match. That would have changed everything. It would have. Let's look at this. Obviously, how they both lined up. Obviously, Liverpool with 4-3-3. Hendo in the holding position with Elliott and Keita in the middle. Obviously, Matip, Van Dijk. Trent had an amazing game. Salah, Mane, Jota. Very simple.
# 12 points.
Simicast had a good game. Obviously, Burnley of a traditional 4-4-2 with everyone numbered 1 to 11. First time that's ever happened. But this one, I just want to point out this. Obviously, Simicast is the one who gets the assist. Jota, he's in between the two centre backs, which is the most dangerous area. They've changed the laughing emojis now. Yeah, it's 7 p.m. kickoff. Just keep me updated with the score so far. We should be 3-0 up by now. If we're not, I'll be kicking off.
It should be 10-0 up by now.
Still 0-0. Corner. Oh, hold on. We're playing Ollie Tomlinson. Playing Burton, Tomlinson, Scar, Gillespie. Okay, he's played Burton instead of... Interesting. Okay. Is Houghton on the bench? Yeah. Conor Grant's not on the bench. Oh, for fuck's sake, another injury. Bloody hell. Sorry. My bad. But yeah, on this one, he's sort of right in the centre, in between Ben Mee and Tarkowski. Actually, that's not Tarkowski, that's the left back. Loughton. Tarkowski's there for some reason. Don't know why. Should probably be in this. Yeah. There you go. But that he should be back there, in my opinion. Should probably flatline Burnley 4-4-2. Don't know why he's in there, but works. It works. Obviously, as you will see here, Tarkowski is, I can only imagine, trying to get to the ball, but he doesn't. But who sneaked in front of Ben Mee? Yeah, that's right, Jota, who is now perfectly placed to just head it into the back of the net. Easy, great cross, easy 1-0. Burnley defensively not good. Ben Mee's gone sleeping it. By the time he's realised Jota's in front of him, ball's in the back of the net, or Jota's already got the head to it. Really poor. On this one, Trent, what can I say about this guy here? What can I say about this lad? A fucking insane right back. He is insanely good at his job. The way he's able to lift that ball into this area perfectly, right? Perfectly into this area. Mane, yeah, could have done better. It's come off his shin. But he has dumped this ball beautifully in between defence and goalkeeper, right? He's done it perfectly. He's put that ball into a dangerous area where he's basically, all of these players here, ineffective. Ball's over all of them. Now, these two are trying to get back onto Mane. Not happening. Pope, if he commits himself, he's getting dinked. If he doesn't commit himself, he's leaving a wider goal. So it's really difficult for him to deal with. Mane does hit it just over the bar. Doesn't quite get a good enough connection onto it, but could have easily been, 2-0 in that situation there. Argyle of... Swansea have got another corner, for fuck's sake. This one here, really poor. Van Dijk, Matip leaving the ball. Alisson trying to get to the ball, which is somewhere up now. Tarkowski really cheekily just gets his head onto it, nearly heads it into a goal. Would have been a goal. It wouldn't have been chalked off. Tarkowski just a little bit quicker than maybe Van Dijk and Matip at dealing with that. Neither of them really expected Tarkowski to be coming in, and that's why they were leaving it for Alisson. Dangerous move there, as you can see here. Van Dijk's just leaving it. He's telling people to leave it. Tarkowski is coming from behind. He needs to be shouting. Right? Salah, Elliott, Hendo, Elliott, Keita, Tsimikas. Someone needs to be saying Tarkowski. They didn't. Nearly 1-0. This one, a really poor pass from Loughton on the right-hand side for Burnley. He passed it. A great pass to Salah, though. Absolutely fucking beautiful pass, Salah.
Brilliant.
Obviously not where it's intended to go. Yeah, I mean, you've got him there, but he's been cut off by Elliott. Then you've got him, but too small. He would have been caught up by one of those. And you can't find him. So he's tried to pass it into, I guess, him. I'm guessing he's tried to get it here, but instead he's hit it too long. Salah's picked it up, and then you'll see in the next frame what happens next. A 4-on-2. That, beautiful. That is brilliant pace. Brilliant break from Liverpool. As you can see, obviously you've got all the players lining up perfectly. You've got Jota, Salah, Trent, Harvey Elliott, I'm pretty sure that is. Or Tsimikas, one or two. Really good break. Ben Mee and Tarkowski are like, oh, fuck. That's not even trying. Loughton, I think. Ben Mee is like, oh, fuck. And then, yeah, doesn't go for a goal then. Don't go in the back of the net. This one, really good work from Harvey Elliott. As you can see, just triangles. This is what top teams do. Triangles. Gotta love a good triangle. There you go. A nice triangle. Triangular passes, right? Triangles all over the pitch, right? That's how Liverpool like to operate. It's how any top team likes to operate. Triangles over the pitch. Works perfectly. This bit of ball control from Harvey Elliott, obviously Salah, Mane making it 2-0. This bit of ball control, I wanted a freeze frame this. I mean, Jesus Christ. The way he was able to take that down that beautifully and then get it down the floor, instantly looking for a pass, absolutely beautiful. It was beautiful. On to Man City Norwich. Man City Norwich, it was a terrible game for Norwich. Man City obviously still the 3. Yeah, I mean, City playing still with the 4-3-3, as same with Liverpool. Norwich playing with a 4-3-3 as well, which probably more turned into a fucking everyone get back and defend, really. This one, really poor. Anyone marking Jesus? Nope. Okay. That's just goal number 1. He hits it and it comes off court. It was shocking. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. One of these two, I don't know what they're doing. One of them needs to be a lot tighter to Jesus. A lot tighter to Jesus. They're not. Which then obviously leads to a goal. This one, again, there is Jesus around, right? There's actually someone behind them. It's brutal because then what happens? Yeah, they find Jesus. You get a running race now. You've got a running race, right? Sprinting back. Never going to work. Never going to work. Which then leads to goal number 2 because he obviously cuts in, hits Jack Grealish round about there. Well, actually, probably around about there, actually. And Jack knows fuck all about it and it's gone into the back of the net. Really easy there. Yeah.
I was gonna quickly say just then, like City only won 5-0 because of two goals that were either a ricochet or an own goal. Like it could have been 3-0, but the reason Norwich did concede though is even if it wasn't a deflection or ricochet, it's because they didn't mark Jesus. Jesus isn't playing in his natural position, and he's still got the balls in to the box and still made Man City win, technically, in a way. Grealish, like, I mean, round of applause, big up to him. He scored his first goal for City, but like, come on, like you've got to be on the honest side here. He had no idea where that ball was going to go. He had no idea that it was going to hit his knee or at least hit his foot. Never mind his knee. Like, he had no idea it was coming to him.
He has no idea that's coming towards him. Yeah, you're absolutely right there. This one, again, Jesus, I'm pretty sure that's Jesus. His man here is already backtracking now. Screwed. Jesus is already on the front foot. It's obviously going to get there first. This man here, very dangerous. He's in between right back and centre back now. Max Aaron's does know he's there. Hanley probably should know he's there. I don't know if he does or not. Certainly doesn't work it. But yeah, doesn't really work too well for them. As you can see, the recovery patience isn't there with him. Easy square ball into the back of the net. Very simply done. And then this one, again, down that left-hand side. But this time, Mahrez has clearly got the turn on him again. He's had a shit game. And I can see why they've gone and got Brandon Williams now. He's had an absolute fucking howler. The ball's now gone into Mahrez, who's not missing his dinner. A really poor game for Norwich. Quickly on to Spurs. Really simply. Again, 4-3-3 for Spurs. Interesting that Nuno has moved away from the 3 at the back with Spurs. Wolves still going with a 3 at the back. Obviously, Kilman, Cody, Sass, with Marcel and Semedo, Jose Sa, Martinho, Neves, Trincao, Traore, and Raul Jimenez. Devon says it went off his leg, and they pretended he pretended like he meant it and tried to play it cool. £100 million fraud. Completely agree. This one, Obviously, it's Dele Alli. He does get a penalty for it. He's just smarter than all of these players here. Dele Alli has got the run on him already. Keeper's going to give him a penalty in around about this area here, which obviously Dele Alli from that spot, he's going to put that in the back of the net all the time. This one, how much space do you want to give Raul Jimenez on the edge of the area? That's a really dumb thing. Not one person out for Raul Jimenez. Does get a shot out there. This one, Dyer loses the ball. Really sloppy. That then means that Wolves can hit on the break, to which they do. Just Eric Dyer being far too sloppy, as you'll see here. Then change of pace, as you can see. Adama Traore slap bang there. He's got the beating of all these centre backs. He's got the beating of Tanganga and Sanchez. But again, finishing with Traore is like, it's shocking. This one is a beautiful ball from Bergwijn. It doesn't quite. Obviously, you got Son in so much space here. I think it might have hit Son. However, it did. Really poor from Wolves. The defence was an absolute shambles in that area. There were a few good chances for Wolves, but that's really it. That's really all we've got. All we've got time for, because Argyle are playing right now, and I want to go watch them. But that's been Let's Talk Tactics. We've now got also an interesting show that me and Luke are going to be doing Saturdays at 7 p.m, which is a tactical breakdown of each team. So do make sure you check out for that as well. We will be back with another Let's Talk Tactics next Tuesday at 6 p.m. So do make sure you check out for that. But yes, that has been Let's Talk Tactics. We'll be back again at 10 p.m. with Transfer Talk. So do join us for that and make sure you check that out. Going to be going through some of the transfers that have happened over the last few days, Brandon Williams and all of these sort of rumours, Koundé, and we're going to talk about all of them. And then obviously late night, Let's Talk with a new host, by the way, new host for that show. So do check that out. Before we do go, where can they find you, Max?
You can find me, MaxTagHD official, on Instagram, at YouTube _MaxTagHD on Twitter, and also on YouTube, MaxTagHD. I'll be putting some new videos out shortly. By the way, sorry I didn't upload my Fulham review. I just couldn't be asked because we were going to get beat anyway. I'm doing a preview on my channel for Bournemouth and review, obviously, and on the obviously into the international break, which is kind of the down point in my football loving life, but you know, and I shall try my best also to be on Transfer Talk and Late Late Show. So stay tuned for that. And only 20-ish away from, 19 away from 400. So let's get it done.
Yeah, 100%. Big thanks to everyone watching. We'll be back at 10 p.m. But until then, guys, thanks for watching and peace out.